George Foreman elects to do his own business this time. Calls up James Toney's manager, Jackie Callan, and tries to make the fight himself because he wants the paycheck. Now, when a guy is that hungry, does that make him more dangerous?
It really makes him awful dangerous. But sometimes you can call the wrong guy up. You can get mixed up. George Foreman doesn't call anybody. Some fellas I would prefer not to talk to nor call up. But he, I think, has made the wrong phone number this time.
It was a wrong number call, in other words.
Wrong number.
Well, we're about to find out as we get ready to watch James Toney, the IBF super middleweight champion, as he defends that title against Prince Charles Williams. All week long, Larry, we've been hearing about wise guys, insiders, smart boxing types who are lining up at the sports books here in town to take the 3 or 4 to 1 odds and bet on Prince Charles Williams. Why?
Well, it does seem odd in a way because if you were to bet every fight against James Toney, you would be 0-43 and broke. Why would you try to go out there and pick the first defeat of an undefeated, outstanding champion? But it is a reflection of the respect with which Williams is held in the boxing community. He was a very good light heavyweight champion. And the feeling is that if he can hold the lower weight of about 168 pounds, and by holding it, I mean if he can sustain himself through a long, grueling, tough fight without falling apart because of the weight, then he just might be counted as the toughest opponent that James Toney has been in with. Now, let me give you a dietary note on how he lost this weight. He gave up his addiction to soda pop, some 12 to 15 cans of it a day. Anyone who is that serious about a fight has to be dangerous. His problem is that James Toney has been serious about all of his fights lately.
Great dietary note. 1 backward step for Mountain Dew, 1 step forward for Prince Charles Williams. As for Toney, so much attention has been paid to his relationship with his manager, the woman Jackie Callan, that it will ultimately be the subject of a feature film. Much less attention has been paid to his relationship with his septuagenarian trainer, Bill Miller. Here's a closer look.
In boxing, there is no place like the corner. The corner is home to craftsmen who must be part surgeon, part field general, part psychologist. For James Toney, his corner is manned by one of the best, a wily veteran named Bill Pops Miller.
We're running out of rounds. We got the dog dismayed.
At first glance, 74-year-old Bill Miller and 25-year-old James Toney would seem an odd couple, and indeed early on, the two didn't mesh.
I remember the first time me and you started working together at that gym. Oh, I wanted to kill you. Yeah, he's the meanest guy I met. And, you know, because he don't take no, Pops don't take no bullshit. He's straight up. It's either his way or the highway. Because he said, I'm too old for this. I don't need this. If you're going to learn, you're going to learn. If you're going to play around, go somewhere else because I don't need you.
I looked at James and said, looks like he's a good athlete. All he needs is somebody to stay on, push him, and be willing to teach him. Because probably up until then, he'd probably never dealt with nobody like me.
What Miller saw in Toney was a flashback to his own youth, to the 1930s in Cincinnati, where Miller began his boxing career as a young boy.
My mother had 3 brothers. They was all prize fighters. Consequently, at an early age, they used to take me with them to them gyms. As they would teach me, I'd practice on all the kids in the neighborhood.
For 7 decades, Miller has studied the sweet science, and now he imparts his encyclopedic knowledge of the sport to James. Professor Miller tutors his young student with the help of vintage fight films, particularly those of an old friend from Cincinnati, former heavyweight champion Ezzard Charles.
We'd always watch the man's combinations, then we'd watch his defense. How he could make a man miss, slip and slide, roll and counter, and still have good position, good balance, and knew where he was at all times out there. And these are the things that, we used to talk about, says, you're going to do all of this here. And we used to always say that you're going to be better than these guys. You're going to take what they had and improve on it.
He used to hang out with his man as a child, so he tried to bring some of that out in me. He gave me some tapes. He said, look at these tapes, study them, and then you try to perfect them as we go along. He don't try to push nothing on you. He's a teacher. He's not a trainer, he's a teacher. I'm a student. I listen to everything he says.
There is one thing, however, that James will not listen to: Bill's music. Bill Miller's passion for boxing is exceeded only by his love of jazz.
I should always say that Charlie Parker was the music, what Ray Robinson was at the boxing. When you listen to Charlie Parker play, you listen to a master. You heard it all there. And he expressed it with his instrument, where Ray Robinson expressed his with his movement, his hand speed, and his agility, and it was closely related. It told you a message.
All in all, Bill Miller and James Toney are an odd couple, but the combination works because of their mutual love of boxing and their mutual respect and love for one another.
See, James like a son to me. I love James. I'd do anything for James. People say, well, why don't you change his attitude? If I change his attitude, then he wouldn't be James Toney. I love him like he is.
He's like a dad to me, dad I never had coming up, you know. I can go to Pops for anything. Yeah, I love Pops. He's great, you know, I just love him. I love him dearly.
A moment of sweetness from the angry young man of boxing, James Toney. Here's tonight's opponent, Prince Charles Williams. 32 years old. He has been in boxing as a professional for 16 years. Spent more than 10 of those years fighting in the light heavyweight division. As you saw, he is the first ever former light heavyweight champion to fight for the 168-pound crown. But in all reality, Larry Merchant, the 168-pound division has emerged in the sport since Prince Charles Williams made his commitment early on to become a light heavyweight.
That's right. James Toney has made the division, although, of course, Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns fought at that weight late in their careers. But Toney has made this division meaningful for however long he stays in it. And perhaps there are some other light heavyweights who would have fought at this weight had it been meaningful and if you could make some money at it. But this guy is a good professional. He has very good skills and a great fighting heart.
The professional record of Prince Charles Williams: 36 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, 27 KOs. Of those 5 losses, only 1 in the last 10 years. That was the loss to Henry Maskey of Germany, which cost him his IBF light heavyweight championship last year.
And that came after a year-and-a-half layoff because of a busted left hand, which he broke 3 different times. So he does have an excuse.
Meanwhile, here's a man who will brook no excuses for anything from anybody. The perpetually angry James Toney, getting ready for his 11th championship fight. He is a spectacularly active fighter who generally likes to fight at least once every couple of months. He fought within the past 2 months at 181 pounds, winning a 10-round decision in Illinois.
He's doing it the old-fashioned way. This is his 19th fight since he won the middleweight championship 3 years ago. He keeps improving. There's no reason a young athlete who happens to become a champion shouldn't improve. Every fighter out there should know that lesson. Right, George?
Way to say it. No better said.
And the record for James Toney: 43 wins, no losses, 2 draws, 28 KOs. He can beat you by decision by outboxing you. He can slug you out of there if he chooses to do so. Just a terrific fighter, generally regarded as maybe the second best in the sport, or the best if you happen to like him better than Pernell Whitaker, the lightweight champ, or the welterweight champ, I should say. Undefeated champions in the sport, there are several. But of the top 5 active undefeated champions, you can see that James Toney has had more wins, more fights than anybody else. Arena quiet now as we get ready for the intros for this fight. Toney does not like all the attention that is paid to De La Hoya when he fights doubleheaders with him. It was the case March 5 in LA and again tonight. And here's the tail of the tape. You see the 7-year difference in age. Prince Charles Williams is 3 inches taller, and James Toney struggled to make weight. At 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, 3 hours before the weigh-in, he was a couple pounds over.
And I want to ask you something about that, George. Does that indicate somehow that he's looked past Prince William, that he was 2 pounds overweight a few hours before the weigh-in yesterday, that perhaps he hasn't worked as hard as he should be coming into this fight, that he's ripe to be taken in any way?
I don't think so. I think the guy loves to eat. And you see him, he eats like a heavyweight. They have to hide him, hide food, hide the refrigerator, and I think it's to his benefit.
He talks about someday fighting as a heavyweight. Punch stat numbers, Larry.
All right, let's take a look at the punch stat numbers to see how active these fighters are. If these numbers hold up, you're going to see a lot of punches thrown tonight. They're both accurate punchers as well. Jabs, both of them also throw the jabs. These are two well-schooled prize fighters.
Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
James Toney and Prince Charles Williams will box tonight using the rules of the International Boxing Federation. 12 rounds. There is no standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the last. Only the referee can stop the fight. And in case a cut is caused by an accidental headbutt and that cut causes the fight to be stopped, we go to the scorecards after 6 rounds have been completed. Before that, it's a technical draw. Jim.
Let's go up to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the pre-fight introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with your undisputed, undefeated King of Beers, Budweiser, presents World Championship Boxing. Once again, this bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Officials at ringside shall remain the same. In association with the International Boxing Federation, President Robert W. Lee, supervisor at ringside, Ms. Marian Mohammed. The 3 judges assigned to this bout, scoring on a 10-point must system, are Mike Gliana, Art Lurie, and Stuart Winston. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, working in a world title bout for the 68th time, referee Joe Cortez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Grand Garden here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with gold trim, weighing in at 167.5 pounds. He comes to us from Mansfield, Ohio, with a professional record of 36-5. 2 draws, 27 of his 36 victories by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger and former light heavyweight champion of the world, Prince Charles Williams. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with silver trim, weighing in at 168 pounds, from Ann Arbor, Michigan. His professional record, 43 victories. He has not been defeated. He has 2 draws, 28 KOs to his credit. Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, a 2-time world champion and the current IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, James Lights Out Toney.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Shake hands. Good luck.
Jim, I look upon this as a wait and the see fight. We're going to wait and see whether Prince Williams can maintain at this weight and whether James Toney is in his best shape.
And part of the pressure for Toney tonight, as of this afternoon, if Toney wins, a deal is in place for him to fight on November 19, IBF middleweight champion Roy Jones Jr., the man that Toney has been stalking for more than a year now. He wants Jones. He gets him November 19 if he can beat Williams tonight. Prince Charles Williams promised to crowd James Toney, and George Foreman, he begins doing exactly that.
I think he's done a fine job of it, but sometimes you just don't crowd a fighter that crafty with heavy shots. Just keep your hands on him, tap him.
Good right hand over the top by Williams. Referee Joe Cortez telling the fighters to work away from the rope. Williams would like to keep it right here.
Williams was able to land a good right hand to the body, which may make a great difference if the round fight continues to go.
Prince Charles Williams doing exactly what he wanted to do early. James Toney not putting up much of a response.
Hasn't been able to land a jab yet, so everything works behind Toney's left jab. If it doesn't start working, then he's got to take his time.
Toney clearly felt in our discussion with him that he'd be able to handle Williams easily when Williams was away from him. He fully expected Prince Charles to crowd him like this. So it seems as though both fighters are getting what they expected in the first round, but Williams likes it better.
If Toney is able to periodically just tap him in the middle of the stomach, he'll stop that crowding real quick.
Williams missing the right hand over the top. James Toney has thrown only a few punches so far as he watches Prince Charles Williams work up close.
Come on, get those arms out. Come on, work out of that. Work out of that. Come on, get those arms out.
Solid right hand by Toney. Backs Williams up for the first time. Now James tries to go to work behind the dead.
Get him out of there. Come on.
Williams pushes it back and just doesn't give him any room to work. It's going to take a lot of stamina for Prince Charles to maintain this tactic, right,
That's
George?
true. It would have been beneficial for Prince Charles to have Toney on him like that for a couple of rounds so that he can come on later in the fight. Now he's shooting everything he's got, and this may prove to be not too good as the fight continues to go on. He's bigger.
Work out of there. Work out of there. Come on. Get him out of there.
Well, you're going to have to take a calculated gamble to beat a man like James Toney, and clearly for Prince Charles, the gamble is that he can sustain for several rounds in fighting like this. Good right hand over the top.
He's going on top of the head. This is what takes out of the good fighters. When the guy hitting on top of the head. You mix that with body punching, and you're just not going to have the energy to go with yourself.
Toney lands a left to the body and a left to the head. Once again, breaks out of jail momentarily.
It's important that Toney established that, hey, I can win this round to the judges now. It may be starting a little too late.
Tactically, at least, round one belonged to Williams.
Don't need for that, you hear? I don't need that, you hear? All right, don't do it again. Give me that grease.
A little give and take between James Toney and referee Joe Cortez. Famous defense attorney Robert Shapiro, involved in a heavily publicized case in Los Angeles, is here tonight, seated at ringside. A little bit earlier, we captured this shot of him visiting in the dressing room with James Toney and manager Jackie Callan. About a month ago, Jackie Callan arranged for Robert Shapiro to come to a gym in Los Angeles and spar. Believe it or not, spar with James Toney. She says it was the real stuff. He showed up without headgear, without a protective cup, without anything to wrap his hands, just wanted to put the gloves on and bang away at James, and he did it.
He tried to hurt James.
Is he crazy or what?
Oh, yes.
They wound up going 2+ rounds, and Shapiro, by his own admission, was exhausted at the end.
Watch them heads inside. Watch them heads inside.
Now round 2 begins.
Oh, work out of there.
Toney's going to have to be careful because he's going to find himself staggering Prince Charles a lot. Don't go for the finish. Just keep the staggering up.
What's he going to stagger him with, George?
Well, he's going to stagger. He just staggered him a few minutes ago with a good right hand, and that's going to be his side of the head, right side of the head, left side of the head.
Watch them heads inside.
If they keep standing like this, it'll take a solid uppercut to break the fight open. There's Toney with a left hook. Now he goes back to the body. In there's few moments when he finds open space, Toney shows you his remarkable proficiency for accurate punching.
This is going to be a hard job for Toney because he's going to hurt this guy periodically. Don't keep trying for the finish every time you hurt him. Wait until the fight draws on.
When your hands are free.
George, does Toney seem strong enough to you to stand up under this constant leaning in? And
no way. He should not have been allowed to just let this big guy lay on him throughout the fight. Of course, it's said that Toney's been working out with heavyweights in the gym, so he may be prepared for this pushing and shoving. It really takes it out of you. Your legs get tired, your knees get weak, not because of punching, but because the big guy's leaning on you.
So if, in fact, when he struggled to make weight yesterday, that was because he had gone a little bit short on the conditioning, it'll show up more quickly under this tactic, right?
No, I think the going at the last minute losing that weight may mean he'd have a little more strength than he ordinarily would.
All right, keep the punches up, guys. Both of you guys, keep the punches up.
A problem you don't face in the heavyweight division, George, and it's a good thing because we've enjoyed your career.
Work out of that. Let him go, work out of that. Come on, let him go, work out.
Believe me, this fight is not going the way Toney would like it. He's landing good shots to the side of the body, which he should be to invest a little of the taking a sap out of Prince Charles, but he should be in the middle of that ring a little bit.
Well, this is certainly the fight that Prince Charles Williams and his advisors would have drawn up on the drawing board.
Yeah, he's able to push Toney away, bang him and bump him. You couldn't ask for anything else.
They could have done it in a phone booth, Larry.
The fans are booing because this is like a stage play in which all the dialogue, which is a dialogue with fists, is taking place in one corner of the stage. But it's tough and grueling in there.
If we can go back to the outside a little bit and box around it. You hear that? All right. Only thing, if you ain't getting your stuff off inside, if you're not getting your stuff off inside, don't hang in there too long. But you got to pick up your hand speed inside a little bit. You're punching a little bit too slow. Pick up the hand speed a little bit. Okay, man. How you feel? Good.
All right, baby. Now prove it to me that you show me good. Yeah. Prove it to me that you show me good. I want you to dig. You understand? I want you to put that left hand underneath, that double left hand underneath, the right hand on top. Okay, baby? You can do it for me, can't you? You done did it before. Now let's go this time. All right, let's go this time.
Williams' trainer, his executive trainer, I suppose, is Marty Feldman, who trained Dave Taberry, the fighter who gave James Toney such a rough time by out hustling him in that controversial decision 3 years ago. And they're convinced that if Prince William can punch for 3 minutes of the round, that James Toney can be out-hustled and you can steal the rounds from him because he doesn't like to fight for 3 minutes. That's their theory, and that's what you're watching here.
And so far, Prince Charles Williams has every reason for confidence and for feeling good about the way things are going. If you tuned in to see a classic boxing match, this ain't it. The two fighters have thrown a total of a dozen jabs between them in the first 2 rounds.
Toney was told by his corner to make sure if you're going to lay on that rope, get something into the body. If not, get out of there. But it's not that easy to get out of the ring with a big guy like that. He's got you on the corner with weight.
Why not just step to the left and run away to open space, George?
Well, he doesn't want to give him the confidence that, hey, you got me running. So a lot of that is, hey, I'm going to stay here until he's finished doing what he's doing. If I start to run, you can create a whole nother fight. Now Toney was able to land a good left jab for a change.
Yeah, but Prince Charles Williams landed one, too. And when they're in open space, the jab is Prince Charles Williams' best weapon. So he's confident he can jab with Toney.
If he was that confident, believe me, he wouldn't be pushing him across the ropes.
I hear you.
Tony's got the quicker jab. And he can get his confidence up by landing a few of them.
Well, this is a heck of a way to neutralize that quick jab.
He's doing a good job of it. I mean, it may not be exciting to the general eye, but this is the way to fight Toney.
Keep on, man.
Good right uppercut inside by Toney.
Hey, come on, punch your work out of there. Come on, your hands are free, guys. Come on. Prince, keep it up, Prince. Keep it up, keep it up.
You expected James to have the clear edge in punching power, right, George?
I expect so because Prince Charles has had to lose a lot of weight. And with that goes a lot of the steam. It's like starting out with a sledgehammer and ending up with a big one. Toney has got his power as a middleweight. The light heavyweight has lost his power as a light heavyweight.
Watch your head inside, Prince. Watch your head inside, Prince.
Round 3, very much like its two predecessors. Very little time spent in open space. Prince Charles Williams locking James Toney up in jail along the ropes and keeping him there. Now here comes Toney, flurrying back with counter punches inside.
But Prince should not allow Toney to get him on the ropes, because then it's changed the whole complexion of this whole deal. He was quick to get off the ropes.
Toney lashing at Williams as round 3 comes to a close.
Oh, Williams staggered as he went to his corner.
This is hand-to-hand and shoulder-to-shoulder combat, a war of attrition.
That's more like it there, Ron. When you're digging that hook down there, double it up when you bring it back upstairs. All right? Okay. When you go out there, he's trying to back you up all the time. When you go out there, hit him with a power jab. Okay. Hit him with
Relax a little bit this time. Keep the hands moving. Keep the hands moving. Okay? Keep working, dude. Keep working. Keep the pressure on.
In my view, gentlemen, Toney has taken the initiative in the last couple of rounds. He's fighting Williams' fight, and I think he's starting to beat him at it.
Stat numbers, as you saw, were just about equal. Both fighters landing extraordinarily high percentages of their punches. At this range, one might say, how could they miss?
I think Prince Williams' corner made a mistake telling him to keep it up, keep it up. At some point, you got to take a breather from that hard, pushing forward, throwing shots, shoulders, and all that. You got to pace a guy like that. You got to pace him.
Well, who works harder, the leaner or the leanee?
The leanee is worked on both ways, because as he's leaning, Toney is able to occasionally hit him in the side. This just doesn't help your legs nor your win.
And even greater premium on body punching in a fight like this, George?
That's true. And so if his corner's got to allow him at some point to coast a little bit, recapture yourself, let Toney do some of the burning out.
Your hands are free. Let's go. We got it. Come on.
Archie Moore, a great fighter from Philadelphia, will always get into those kind of fights. He'd whip Archie Moore and whip Archie Moore, but finally that weight tire him out and Archie would come on.
You're talking about Harold Johnson?
Great fighter.
Come on, Prince. Come on. We got it there. Come on, you can work on it there. Come on, your hands are free, guys.
Tough job for referee Joe Cortez tonight, trying to decide when to disentangle them and when to let them go. For the most part, he's been letting them go.
Yeah, this is a spectacular job from Cortez as a referee. This is what you call refereeing, when you have to get in there and work for your money.
Watch your hands inside, guys.
Round 4 in style, much like its predecessors.
Now Prince Charles is able to, when he throws his punch, he's...
Get him out, let's go. Work out it. Come on.
He hadn't done that early on. Now he's starting to, so he's getting a little winded, and he's going to lose the rest of his wind right now. Don't make sounds. You got to be a silent
advantage to Toney. So, and as James listens to that in there, he's gauging it and figuring Prince Charles for getting a little bit tighter, right?
A lot of time that sound comes before the punch, so it gives you time to cover up. Really?
It's sonar defense, huh?
Yeah, it's the unexpected that hurts you in boxing.
Solid right hand by Toney. Found a momentary open space and plunged the right hand through it.
The rule is when you're hurt, take it easy, back off a little bit. Now he's breaking the rule. He gets hurt, Prince Charles, and he keeps pouring it on. You can't break the rules like that continuously.
Toney getting a chance to flurry at the end of round number 4. Well, the entertainment event of a lifetime comes to HBO when Barbra Streisand The Concert debuts in August. With every date sold out on Streisand's first concert tour in nearly 3 decades, this HBO special will be the only chance for most of us to experience this unique event. Sunday, August 21, 9 p.m. Eastern, only on HBO. You don't need a ticket. You just need HBO to see Barbra Streisand.
Harold Letterman,
How do you have it after 4 rounds?
Larry, I've got it 38-38, 2 rounds apiece. Gave the first round and the 4th round to Charles Williams, the middle 2 to James Toney. Larry, let me tell you something. The reason that this fight is so hard to score is 3/4 of the time I'm looking at the guy's back. I'm not seeing a darn thing but a fighter's back. If you're looking at his back or you're looking at the referee, you certainly can't see the punches. This is what's happening to me, and this is what's happening to the 3 guys scoring a fight. It's virtually impossible to see all the shots looking at his back.
It's a good insight, Harold, and that's why we have you here. I have it 2 rounds to 1 and 1 even for Toney.
For Toney. Did you also give Toney the 2nd and 3rd rounds?
Yes, I did.
Yes, George?
That's the way I see it also. But then I don't see that well.
Come on.
Now from our perspective here, you can't see either fighter doing anything. So it's a very, very difficult fight to score.
At some points, Prince Charles doesn't even care about his stance anymore. He just lays on Toney, drops his legs, put them together, and just lies on him.
The 2 fighters pounding away at each other in the corner just above us. If you wanted us to, we could reach out and touch him for you.
Come on, get the hot dog. Get him on. What got it?
The phone booth simply moving from one corner to another as each round goes by. Now Toney inching backward along the ropes toward Prince Charles Williams' corner.
Now, when you start working close like that, you have a tendency to get your head acquainted with the guy's eye. And before you know it, one guy's puffed up more than the other, especially the guy using his head. He'll end up puffing you up, not with punches, but with headbutts.
Yeah, what about headbutts in here and the possibility of a cut, George?
Yeah, it's not so much the butt, it's just the laying of the head continuously on you. Your head is not a glove. The eyebrows of the other guy will cut your face. Charles is keeping his head real close to Toney. That's dangerous.
Must be awfully easy to get angry at a man when you're this close all the time. Chopping right hand inside by Prince Charles Williams. Toney seeming to focus on the body much of the time. When he steps away, he looks for the head. Right uppercut landed for James Toney.
Punch your work on it. Punch your work out. Come on, punch your work out. Come on, let's go. Punch your work out. Your hands are free. Come on, guys. Work out of there. Come on, punch your work out.
Prince Charles Williams consistently executing the fight plan he told us he would use. Crowding James Toney from the opening bell, forcing him against the ropes, forcing him to fight in a tight space. Toney, at first seemingly frustrated by this, has since found a lot of open target.
Prince Charles is able to zero in on a swollen side of James Toney. I think it's the left side, and that just is not going to help Toney as the fight goes on.
And Prince Charles landed a chopping right hand that hurt James Toney momentarily there.
Believe me, the swelling on his side was not caused by the punches. It's been caused by the constant touching of the head.
A ripping left hook to the body by Toney as round 5 comes to a close.
All right. This guy's beginning to slow up. Now, we got to, that comes out too fast. Let me see this ball. Give him this ball. That comes out too fast. Okay. All right, this guy.
I want to go clean fight in there. Watch your heads inside, all right?
I'm doing, baby. I got it. This man's beginning to slow down. He ain't got too much.
Go clean fight in there. Come on, watch your heads inside, all right? Give me a clean fight. Take your time.
All right, how you feel? Yeah. All right, this time I want you short jab, right hand over top. Push it and chop it. When you get that rope, fall off the rope with that right hand. Okay, baby? You ready? You ready? We did this before. Now let's go again. Let's go again. Come on, baby. Come on.
Earlier, you may recall, I said the question about fighting at 168 pounds, his lowest weight as a professional for a very long time. The question is whether he can sustain it. He can fight at this pace at that weight, and so far that is what is going to determine this fight.
The tide has definitely changed. Toney got his back up against the rope. He's going to have to fight himself out of it. He's going to have to fight hard. He's not been able to establish a left jab, which means he is in the wrong fight tonight.
A The left eye of James Toney, which is swelling, which his corner worked on between rounds, is the same eye which was badly, badly cut by the headbutt of Tim Littles back on March 5 in Los Angeles.
What you should know is when you lean forward, as Toney is doing now, and a guy straightens you up from that leaning position, it's like doing too many push-ups, sit-ups. It can really tire you out. And that's what Prince Charles is doing. He's bringing him from the leaning position back up to the standing position. That hurts.
Good accurate punching inside by Toney there. Prince Charles Williams has also been busy in this round. Through the first 5 rounds, Williams threw 23 more power punches than Toney. He's been able to stay busy, work at a high rate while leaning in inside. Tough fight to score, as Harold Letterman has already pointed out. Minute and a half away from the midway point. We remind you, James Toney needs to win this fight to make a reality of a November 19 date with IBF middleweight champion Roy Jones Jr. There's been a lot of talk between the two, apparent bad blood, and a fight that everybody in boxing wants to see. But James has to win this fight first to make it happen. Between rounds, we'll be talking with Roy Jones.
Work out, work out, guys. Work out. Your hands are free, guys. Work out there. Your hands are free, guys. Come on, work out there. Come on.
George, to my eyes at least, Williams hasn't slowed down much yet.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, he seems to have captured his second win. And if he continues, now Toney is establishing a left jab, which is his best fight.
Overhand right by Toney landed flush on Prince Charles Williams' jaw.
Get out, Prince. Don't be on Prince. Go home, Prince. Get out of there.
If it's going to happen for Toney, it's going to happen behind that left jab.
Another right hand by Toney. Crowd beginning to get more interested, as for a few moments at least, they fight in open space.
Your hands are free. Let him out, Prince.
At this distance, James Toney appears the more skilled fighter. That's no big surprise, but the left eye is swollen almost shut for James Toney as he goes back to his corner.
Yeah. Just keep pushing the punches. Sit down, okay? Don't hit me too many crazy shots, right? Settle down. You got hit too much around. Settle down, okay?
Here, finally getting some distance, Toney throws that right hand, lands it flush on the jaw. But except for that brief exchange between them, this has been like a football game in which both lines are banging away at each other, trying to sustain mastery.
Yep, this has been Michigan-Ohio State up to this point in cold weather. And meanwhile, we told you about Roy Jones and the date with James Toney, potentially November 19th. Roy?
How you doing?
How you doing? Welcome to ringside. What prompts you to be willing to surrender your IBF middleweight championship for the chance to fight Toney at 168?
Well, it's not for sure that I am going to have to surrender my title, because I do have a fight that King has won the bid with Bernard Hopkins. But Toney says he wants to fight me real bad, and if that's so, I mean, I don't want to ever appear that I'm running from anybody. So, you know, I'd be willing to get my title up to take this one. This doesn't seem like it's going to be an easy title to take, but I know I can because I am the man.
He says he doesn't like you. He says he doesn't like all of the glory you've received as a past Olympic star. You feel the same way about him?
He don't have any glory that I think that I should be jealous of, because right now, like I said, I am the man. If he's upset because I am the man and he's not, then he has to come beat the man to be the man.
What do you think about the fight you're watching right here?
It's a good sluggish fight because Prince Charles is pushing issues so much. He got Coach Toney, made Toney tired early. Now, Toney is the better boxer with the hands, but the pressure is making it very difficult because Prince is staying so close to him. With him staying that close, Toney is unable to land any real power shots. And it's being a difficult fight for Toney. That was an overhand right that was pretty powerful, but then he stops. So, you know, it's no telling what can happen. Prince Charles' eyes messed up now, too. And maybe Prince Charles is starting to slow a little bit.
There's an overhand right that again does some damage as James gets some space. And once once again begins to open up.
Right.
Final question, Roy.
Yeah.
You lose a chance at a big payday if Prince Charles Williams wins the fight. You got to be rooting for Toney to win.
Oh, yes, I definitely want Toney to win the fight because Toney wants to show down against the man, Roy Jones Jr., and I think it's prominent that he get it. You know, there's no sense in him having to go up and wait before he gets a chance to try the person that he admires most.
Another good right hand inside by Toney. Roy, thanks very much for your time. Look forward to seeing you down the road.
All right.
All right. Roy Jones Jr., IBF middleweight champion, potentially an opponent down the road for James Toney. And now let's get back to the action where George, the left eye of Prince Charles Williams, is suddenly in trouble.
That's right. Toney is taking control of it.
How is he taking control?
Well, he's starting to use his left jab and throw that right hand right over top. If he can continue to do that without this bumping and shoving football stuff, he could take control of this fight. He's landing important body shots, left hooks to the body. Toney is doing everything right, but he may have started it a little too late.
Is it because of James's body work inside that Williams has chosen to back up and leave room on a few occasions?
That's right. When you keep hitting a guy underneath that body, underneath those ribs, at some point you got to stop and protect yourself and cover up and stop that hurting. And it's opening up things good for James Toney.
James Toney trying to show us he can win one more way. He's done it here on HBO just about every way imaginable.
James Toney is measuring it and taking it real conservative with his power. He lands 2 good shots. He doesn't go for 4 or 5. He goes back to 2 good ones because if he burns himself out punching, he's in trouble.
I thought that was a terrific round for Toney. Look, any fighter, no matter how good he is, can't just have his way out there. It depends what the opponent is doing. He's fighting a good opponent who is putting all that pressure on him, and he's standing up to him, and now he's getting his distance because he was able to stand up to him.
James, how's the vision in that left eye?
I'm good, baby.
The commission doctor has just taken a look at Prince Williams' eye and said something to the referee.
I'm Prince of darn good. You swallow a little bit. Listen.
Come out, please, Mom.
I did.
Man, watch your head, baby. All right, seconds out. Let's go. Seconds out. Come on.
A little more boxing in round 7 than had been the case up to that point. James Toney has now managed to land 13 jabs in the fight. As round 8 begins, they go back inside, and very quickly, right here in the early stages of round 8, we turn to Harold Letterman for his scorecard. Harold, how you got it?
Jim, 67-66, 4 rounds to 3. James Toney, he clearly won round 6 and 7 by stepping back and landing hard right hands that we saw. And I'll tell you, up until the 6th round, 3/4 of the punches we didn't see. All we saw was a guy's back. But I think that James is starting to step back, starting to get the distance and land a hard right and take control of the fight.
Come on, guys. Come on.
I think James Toney is a better fighter than even he thinks himself that he is.
Well, I think he proves that virtually every time out, George, because he faces so many different kinds of challenges and finds a way to win.
I'm amazed. I'm truly amazed. Not to say he's won his fight. Not by a long shot.
Come on, your hands are free. Let's go. Let's go home.
Another thing you've got to love about him, he's active because he's willing to fight tough opposition. James Toney doesn't run scared from anybody, Roy Jones Jr. included.
Come on, get him out of there, guys. Come on, you hit the free. Let's go. Come on, let him out. Come on. All right, break out, Lee. Come on,
A little bit of a breather round so far in round 8. For both Toney and Williams, not quite as active a round as was round 7. Right uppercut by Williams, backs Toney up into the corner.
Let's go, work out there.
Another body flurry by Toney. Both fighters have shown guts and grit and commitment.
That's what Prince Charles don't want to be on the end of Toney's shots. He's got to keep that distance about a foot away and don't lose it.
Now the crowd begins to chant, Toney, Toney, Toney. Williams takes just a little bit longer to wind up and deliver the jab than is the case with James.
He's out there in the wrong territory now. His fight is staying there even if you don't have the punching, just stay close.
Prince, let him go, Prince.
I would tell Prince Charles.
Come on, Prince, let him go to there. Come on, work out of there. Work out.
Now, Toney should manage to stay on the side of the ropes and allow Williams to circle him and just keep throwing punches as he's going backwards, rather than just laying on the ropes. Now he's decided to do it. Let's go backwards. It's like a moving punching bag into you.
And after the bell, right hand by Toney. And Joe Cortez elects to take a point away. So any and all good work that Toney had done in that round is squandered by that punch after the bell.
But I think he didn't cause it. It was Prince Charles who initiated that. As soon as the bell rang, boom, he got Toney.
Yeah, but Toney retaliated, George.
Yeah, man. So these young fighters, hey, they're not going to give you an edge like that. You've got to pay them back.
Cortez has deducted 1 point from champion James Toney.
Let's take another listen to the end of round 8.
See? Prince Charles initiated it, so I think that the referee may have missed it, been on the wrong side. He would have taken a point from each or not take a point at all.
I agree, George. I think he jumped the gun a little bit.
Nevertheless, it costs Toney a point and makes it still anybody's fight, or so it would appear to us, going into the 9th.
Come on, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Work out of there. Let him out. Work out of there. Come on, let's go.
Toney is doing something very interesting. He moves forward along the rope on the left side of his opponent, making him push with that left hand so as to deaden that left jab.
That's pretty subtle stuff, George.
That's what you do. You stay on the left side to make him deaden that hand so it moves a lot of the reflexes out of it. Keep moving to the left.
You go to the head in here, George, or just keep sticking to the body?
Well, Toney is doing real good. He's staying down to the body, landing good important shots. Then he comes back up to finish it all up. Prince Williams is doing his fight. He's staying close. He keeps Toney away from turning that right hand over, which he likes to do. Toney ends up chopping him with it. That doesn't hurt as much as that long right hand.
Joe Cortez broke them apart momentarily. James Toney tried to keep Prince Charles Williams away with a jab. Charles just pulled him into the ropes. Right hand misses inside for Williams. It would have done some damage if it had landed.
Punch your work out. Punch your work out there. Oh, when you're holding inside, guys. Don't hold him inside. Punch your work out. Punch your work out.
See, Toney's eyes start to swell when the other guy keeps his head right on Toney's left eye. He's not doing it with punches. He's swelling them up by leaning on his head. He beat to Toney's advantage to turn the other side of his cheek, head to the other. Stay on that side for a while.
But maybe he wouldn't see what he wants to see if he did that.
But he would throw the opponent off, just do something different for a while. Old trick there, lay on the guy's eye.
Solid right hand by Toney, good left uppercut as well.
Hold him inside. Come on, get him out, Doc. Get him out of there. Come on, let's go. Get him out. Get him out.
Little breathing space for Toney. He tries a left and a right. Williams misses over the top with the right, lands a left hand. Again, just as the round came to a close. Next month, incidentally, here on HBO, the return of Riddick Bowe, the former champion's first fights. It's his stunning defeat at the hands of Evander Holyfield last November. Don't miss the comeback, Riddick Bowe versus Buster Mathis Jr. Saturday, August 13th, live on HBO. That's right, Buster Mathis Jr. Riddick Bowe, August 13th.
Get a water bucket, water bucket, water bucket. Water. Yeah, I hit him. I hit him hard. Okay. Relax, okay? Relax, don't get hit, okay? Just keep going. You can see it over and take it. But don't punch, okay? Don't punch. So you come on strong. All right.
I'm off on rope. Let's go.
5 seconds up.
I'm not sure what I'm hearing from that corner, from Prince William's corner. Don't punch, they're saying to him. Now, either they think he's awfully tired and they want to give him a round to rest to finish strong, or I just don't get it. Let's see what they do, and we'll be able to interpret that.
I think that's exactly it. I think they want him to try to take a breather in this round and finish strong in the 11th and 12th. Do you think so, George?
No doubt about it. At some point or another, he had to take a breather, but at this time, I don't think it's going to help him that much, because if Toney continues to win these rounds, pile up points, it's going to cost him. This round is very important. To take initiative, win it clearly, then the judges are going to have some cause to wonder who won this round.
Yeah, how many points is he piling up in a tough fight to score, as Harold Letterman has pointed out, in a fight where he's lost a point because of a punch after the bell?
Yeah, but you cannot wait and then hold off, because if he wins this round convincingly, Toney, it's in the judges' hand. They're going to give it to him. I don't know where they gave him that advice.
Well, if he stays busy, he's going to win this round convincingly, because Williams appears content to listen to his corner's advice and isn't throwing as many punches as was the case before.
Too bad Toney didn't hear what Prince Williams' corner told him.
And that seems to be an acknowledgement of the fact that it's very difficult to sustain this pace under any event, but after you've taken weight off, as much as he's taken, it's even harder.
That's true. Now in Las Vegas, even though we have air conditioning here, the heat is creeping in this arena.
Unbelievable heat. It was 110 degrees outside yesterday, 110 degrees outside again today. It's a real 110. It's not the so-called dry heat that you can't feel. It's oppressive.
It was so hot I went into the sauna to cool off, Jim.
You'd sooner be in a sauna.
No doubt Prince Williams is going to try it all in the next 2 rounds, but hey, the judges are going to be looking at this round more than the next 2 rounds.
Just to confirm, incidentally, we are indoors tonight amid glorious air conditioning, but still, it's hot.
Toney is doing a job. He's landing hard shots to make Prince Williams. Make him throw some hard shots, so he'll be winning the next round.
It's the first genuinely easy round of the fight for the champion, James Toney. Williams has thrown some, but has mostly missed. Toney far busier in this round and landing effectively.
And smart enough to do a lot of faking more so than throwing punches. He'll land 2 shots and then fake like he's doing a lot. The judges may see that as throwing shots.
Williams seemed in the last minute of the round to realize that perhaps he was giving away too much. Went back to throwing more punches, but by that time, the damage may have been done as James Toney appears to take round 10 in what could be a very close fight.
Not on my scorecard, Jim.
No, son. If we put some more pressure on this guy, we can put him down.
I think Toney is beating him in his own game.
Huh?
Harold Letterman, do you think Toney is beating Williams in his own game?
Larry, I've got it 6-3, 1 even, 96-93, James Toney. I mean, from round 6 on, he's landing the crisp, hard right hands. You know, the fight has really been fought in the trenches. I mean, you know, toe-to-toe, head-to-head. But every time James has stepped back from the 6th round on, he's landed the shots that grab the judges' eyes. And if you watch the 3 judges, they're really straining to see these guys because they're leaning on each other. But I'll tell you, from 6 on, it seems to be Toney's right hand.
George, you in sync with these guys?
Definitely. I see it the same way.
I think we'll see a desperation round by Prince William here to make something happen.
It's Prince Charles.
Prince William, Prince Charles.
I knew we were going to get screwed up with all this Prince stuff.
Right.
He's Williams. All right. right, Williams comes out busier in the 11th, just as Larry Merchant suggested he would.
What's coming in with that elbow, right? What's coming in with that elbow? Let's go.
Prince William was Prince Charles' son, right?
One or the other.
How does a guy from Ohio get a name like Prince?
Well, he's actually from Columbia, Mississippi.
Oh, well, that explains it.
There you have it. He was born in Columbia, Mississippi, so he's Southern royalty, Larry.
Prince Charles has started to pick up the pace, but he's not going to get a knockout in that fashion. That 10th round was a very important round. He should have taken charge more so.
Well, he did what his corner told him to do, or so it would appear. And he's using the energy now. Tony is sticking right with him, as you see.
Tony is like some of those good basketball players. They wait for you to bump him, then they shoot. He's waiting for them. He's not, if you don't bump him, he's not going to throw a lot to you.
Come on, Prince. Come on, Prince. Let him go, Johnny. Let him go.
George, I didn't know you were a basketball aficionado.
I just learned how to bump.
Well, you're from Houston. Everybody from Houston is a basketball aficionado now.
These days, anyway.
Is there anyone who doubts that George's style would play well in the NBA the way the game is being played right now?
Watch your hands. Right hand, Johnny. Right hand.
Halfway through round 11. Solid round so far for Toney, even though Prince Charles Williams has tried to be active again. There was a good right hand inside by the champion.
Tony's very smart. He's using the power right hands in the last couple of rounds.
Finding punching range now. Williams apparently too tired to go in and lean on Toney as he did throughout most of the fight, and James Toney taking maximum advantage.
Which is great because when William was coasting, Toney coached too. Now the coasting is over. Toney decided, hey, I'm giving you something to add to your wasting of energy, which was very smart. He did not try to land a power punch when William was coasting the previous time.
Upper body movement from James Toney. He slips a punch there, ducks another one there, and keeps coming back with brilliant counter punches of his own.
It's amazing to see a young fella that smart. It's amazing. You just don't see that often. He's young and he's crafty. I don't understand how he's gotten that so.
Watching all those old Ezra Charles fight films.
How could he have known that Prince was posting the previous round? It's amazing. I didn't hear his corner tell him about it.
James Toney beginning to take command in round 11. Solid left-right combinations carrying the round for the champion.
One more round like that. Great round. I want one more round like that, and we're going to wait from here with our belt.
Last round.
You're the man.
All right, guys, last round, we touch him up.
Okay, now back him up with the jab.
Touch with one hand, baby. Touch with one hand. Keep the other hand high. Okay?
I want it. I got to have it.
You're the man.
All right, give me 3 minutes like that. I must have it. You're the boss.
Your house.
Give me 3 minutes now.
Your shoulder hand move. Let's repeat it. Let's repeat history, baby. Come on.
A million short jab. Bill Miller said about the Prince here that you can't cook with old grease. And right now the old grease is looking a bit like old grease.
More than anything,
Toney is doing the cooking.
He fought the wrong fight for the wrong part of it. This is the time you want to stay close in the latter round. Build up your points early on with nice long jab. You have the greater reach. He didn't do so.
Well, they were operating under the theory that you could out-hustle James Toney. Maybe you could a couple years ago or 3 years ago before he moved up to this weight where he's so comfortable, but that's awfully tough now.
You're absolutely true. This guy is not only energetic, but he is also crafty. It just doesn't go with his young age. I'm amazed.
In the 11th round, Toney threw 90 punches to 59 for Williams. By stepping up his activity level in the second half of the fight, James Toney has seized command.
Now he has Williams following him around right into his right hand. Whenever he wants to deliver it, it's there for him.
And Toney's superior skills as a counterpuncher will play into this situation perfectly.
Both corners did a great job on fixing eyes.
Good point.
I think that William was confused. He thought that leaning on Toney would really tire him out. He didn't understand. He's not a light heavyweight. He is right there the same weight.
But he didn't have any other choice, I feel, George, because Toney's skills are just too good for him from a distance.
I see it that way right now.
I think that's entirely right. If he had fought this way from the beginning, he would have gotten taken to the cleaners. Now Williams acting a little bit. But that's okay. James Toney doesn't need the satisfaction of a knockout at this point. He's perfectly willing to surge forward, get a decision, and move toward that November 19 payday with Roy Jones Jr.
I think Toney has proven that he can box his way out of anything.
This was a heck of a test, because he faced a strategic challenge unlike anything else he's faced recently.
Yeah, and he did a lot of it on his own thinking. That's what amazes everybody. Toney is a great fighter. Now,
he adjusted in the ring, didn't he?
And his legs are strong at this point.
Let him out, let him out. Don't hold that head, don't hold that head down. Let's go.
Prince Williams got nothing to be ashamed of. This guy is a smart fighter.
Watching a great fighter, guys. I mean, this guy took the other guy's best, his strength, his experience, a bigger man. He stuck in there with him, and then when the time came, he finished him. It's not a great crowd-pleasing fight, but boy, it was a crowd-pleasing finish.
It was everything I would like to see in a boxing match.
James Toney in his career has several knockouts past the 9th round. I don't remember for sure. I think the number is 4 or 5. He knocked out Michael Nunn to win the title in the 11th round. Here he knocks out Prince Charles Williams in the 12th round. You don't see a lot of fighters who can do it, guys. This guy sets you up over a long period of time, maintains his stamina and control, and then finishes when the opportunity is there.
This is a throwback to old fighters who would do all kinds of tricks and then finish you off because of your mistakes.
Let's take another look at the knockout, George, and how James was able to set up and land this right hand.
The main thing, he has Williams following him around. A guy follow you around, he's open for a right hand. You never follow a puncher.
It was a tremendous shot. Prince Charles Williams appeared eager to get up toward the end of that count. Referee Joe Cortez appeared quite satisfied to count him out. And keep in mind that 1 week ago, Robert Wangila of Kenya died after a fight here in Las Vegas. You can expect the Nevada State Athletic Commission to remain quite wary for a while about fighters who are hurt in the late rounds. Now let's go to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Cortez reaches the count of 10. The official time, 2 minutes, 45 seconds of round number 12. The winner and still IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, James Lights Out Toney.
And with the knockout victory, Toney sets up his November 19 showdown with former Olympic star Roy Jones Jr., middleweight champion of the IBF. It'll be Jones who will have to come up 8 pounds in weight to fight James Toney. Many believe that it's the right move for Roy Jones, who appears to have been having trouble making the 160-pound middleweight limit. Final punch stat numbers: James Toney landed 80 more blows, threw more than 120 more blows than was the case for Prince Charles Williams. More than 200 more blows. I'll get my math right here in a minute. Percentage is pretty close. Williams landing at a high percentage because they fought so much inside. The end of the story, the great right hand with 15 or 25 seconds to go in the fight by Toney that scored the knockout. Now let's go up to Larry Merchant in the ring with the winner and still champ, James Toney.
James, yes, sir. That was great stuff. Describe the fight up until the end, that grueling inside fight.
Well, you know, I kind of expected an inside fight, you know, because from his past performance, he don't know how to do nothing but come straight ahead like I ran Barkley. So we was prepared. I was prepared to go 12 rounds if I have to. And I knew my strength would overwhelm him sooner or later, you know. Me and Pops worked on the game plans to use short inside shots on the inside.
Were you expecting him to try to out-busy you and put his weight on you?
That's Prince Charles, you know. That's the only way he know how to fight. And he's a stupid fighter. You know, like I said, I can adapt to any style, no matter what.
All right, we're going to take a look at the knockout. Did you sense at the end that he was weakening and ready?
Definitely, he was weakening by the 9th round. You know, I was able to pick my shots. No, bam, right hand. Oh God, right hand, right on the tip. He was gone. The London Bridge came falling down on that shot right there. He crumbled. And I've been working on that shot in the gym. Bam, look at that. Oh, Jesus. Freight train right hand. And as you know, as I do that right hand backing up. Not too many fighters can do that today.
How tough is that kind of a fight? You fought every kind of a fight. You had to pull out the fight against Tim Littles when your eye was cut. Did you sense that the crowd was unhappy because even though it was a tough fight, it's hard for them to see what's going on, and you want to give them something to remember you by?
Yeah, you know, the fans was kind of on the, you know, on the apprehensive side because he was holding and stuff like that. I was trying my best to fight. Excuse me. You know, I came here to fight. You know, I'm not the kind of person who likes to hold in fights. That's not me. Holding for sissies.
A few words about your upcoming titanic showdown with Roy Jones.
Well, it's on, baby. 187. Roy Jones and James Toney, November 19th. The fight that everybody want to see is gonna happen. November 19th. You know, you see a better James Toney that night. I guarantee it.
We'll see a better James Toney. How is that?
A lot better James Toney. James Toney was sick tonight. You know, I got the flu, but nobody knew that. Not even Jackie know.
How bad was the flu, and what were its?
I've been throwing up all week, you know. Jackie know about the throwing up and everything, but you know me, I'm no great champion. I don't like to pull out. You know, I don't want to make Bob Aaron mad, and then we both have to go to blows. Me and him have to go to blows if I pull out of a fight. We don't want that.
It wasn't
the show anyway.
Wasn't a long, grueling fight dangerous for you?
Man, ain't no fight's grueling for James Toney. It's dangerous for me because, you know, like I said, I'm not afraid of nobody. I take on all challenges anytime, anywhere. I'm the best fighter in the world, and I'm ready to prove against anybody. Anybody. Not too many fighters out there will say that or do that. You know, I'm not one to say, Bob Aaron, give me somebody easy. I want the best fighter out there. And somebody think they're better than me, come on, step up and prove it.
James,
that's what it's all about.
James, when you prove
Harold Letterman, baby, how you feel?
When you prove it in the ring, it ain't bragging. Jim.
Hey!
All right, James, congratulations to you on that performance. Let's turn around and say hi to the man. He says he's been bothered by the flu all week. You find that hard to believe?
Oh, I don't believe that. If he has the flu, everybody should catch some.
Yeah, I'd like to get some myself. Had trouble with the flu, then says he has trouble making weight. Well, we know that. He was 2 pounds over yesterday, and then has to fight a first 6 or 7 rounds like that and comes on to score the knockout. Pretty impressive stuff.
I'm awful impressed. I never thought he would have that kind of energy being leaned on for so many rounds. He came out, not only, he was able to set it up by making a guy follow him, but I never thought he'd have that kind of power in the last round. No way.
All right, George, you've seen Roy Jones Jr., great punching power, a lot of athletic talent. James is maybe the more polished boxer. Who's your early favorite for that fight?
I don't think there's a boxer active today that is as good as James Toney. He's the best fighter I've seen, and I don't say that much.
So you just moved him past Pernell Whitaker to number 1 on the list.
Because he has that magic thing called punching power.
Yep.
And you just got to put that, and generally when a guy can punch hard, he doesn't have the ability to box like that. This guy is truly amazing today.
I think, if anything, his punching power seems to be increasing, too.
I cannot believe it.
Yep. All right. Great job, George.
Pernell Whitaker is great now.
Yeah, I know. We know. We'll talk to Pernell again. Larry, your final thoughts on a terrific evening?
Well, if it's hot outside, and it's hot outside, we had some hot action in here tonight as well. First, a word about young Oscar De La Hoya. I think the pendulum quickly swung back tonight to those people who feel that he is a coming star. When I see him in person up this close, I get the feeling that I'm watching Michelangelo's David stripped down. And although he hasn't beaten any giants yet, he hasn't slain the big guys, he slew a very tough little guy tonight. And I think that we'll see his career catapult ahead in the next 6 months to 9 months. About James Toney, we've thrown him about every encomium we could tonight. He has become just a terrific professional fighter who can fight anybody with any style, stay in there, impose his will, his strength, his skill, his great ambition to be a great fighter on any opponent he's in there right now. But I think a good argument can be made that he will be facing his most difficult opposition when he fights Roy Jones, who has amazing skills, amazing reflexes, and power. So good night, and we're looking ahead to good nights, more of them.
November 19, a lot of boxing fans marking that date down tonight as we look ahead to James Toney and Roy.
Let's take a look ahead to a huge entertainment event upcoming on HBO.
For those of you who couldn't be there, HBO brings you the music event of a lifetime. Barbara Streisand, The Concert, premieres Sunday, August 21st on HBO. You don't need tickets. You only need HBO.
So that will be August 21. Now quickly a look back at what took place at the MGM Grand tonight. Our first visit here, Oscar De La Hoya fighting what many believed was his toughest opponent yet in Jorge Paez. Knocked out Paez 39 seconds of round 2. Only the second knockout for Paez in 64 fights. De La Hoya looked sensational. And then, after De La Hoya was able to score that knockout in the second round against Jorge Paez, James Toney struggled through 6 rounds of grueling physical tests from Prince Charles Williams, the former light heavyweight champion who leaned all over him, eventually muscled Williams off, created open space, and with 25 seconds left in the fight, landed that right hand that led to a knockout with 15 seconds to go in the 12th round. Toney keeps his IBF Super Middleweight Championship. Coming up immediately following tonight's coverage of World Championship Boxing, stay tuned for Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam on the East Coast and Zero Tolerance on the West Coast. Next month, the return of Riddick Bowe, the former champion's first fight since his stunning defeat by Evander Holyfield last November. Don't miss the comeback. Riddick Bowe against Buster Mathis Jr. Saturday, August 13, live on HBO. Now for Larry Merchant, George Foreman, and Harold Letterman, I'm Jim Lampley saying so long from Las Vegas, Nevada. The executive producer of HBO Sports is Ross Greenberg. Tonight's coverage of World Championship Boxing was produced by Rick Bernstein and directed by Mark Payton. The feature producer was Paul Farnsworth. Associate producers Brian McDonald and Kirby Bradley. Assistants to the producer, Adam Berger, Dave Leipson, Artie Curry, and Max Siegel. The production manager was John McCallie, and the technical supervisor was Bob Hunter.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports, the network of champions.
They fought the fight of the year.
Bowe is back.
I had one bad day.
Oh, made me hurt.
Now someone's gonna pay.
The former heavyweight champion returns with a vengeance.
Just you wait.
Riddick Bowe goes after the undefeated Buster Mathis Jr.
Just you wait.
Rescheduled to Saturday, August 13th on HBO.
HBO, the best fighters in the world fight here.
Against Mildred Taylor to defend his title.